Hello everybody, welcome back to Lil Euphie's Creative Corner. My name is Lil Euphie and this is my Creative Corner. Welcome back to this piece that we were working on last night. I did some inspiration gathering beforehand, so I've got a bunch of different ideas already loaded up here in my layers above my head. I hope that you guys enjoy tonight's show. I'm hoping to go until like 11:30, maybe midnight. We'll see how I'm feeling by then. So anyways, let me catch my breath. That's a lot to say all of a sudden. How are you guys tonight? I hope that everybody's been doing well on this Sunday evening. For some of you guys, it might already be Monday morning. I know that last time I was working on like this raven over here and these bats as well. Just getting those silhouettes in, as well as I put in this little ghost figure and Slender Man back in the background. Let's see. Lays and Blaze being the first one in here. Welcome on in, Jonathan, Lincoln, Pork, Danny, Andy's Plumber, Jonathan, Christus. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? I don't think so. I am doing all right. I took a nap earlier and I should not have played that gamble. I should not have gambled like that. It's either you get, more tired or more rested, and I was more tired afterwards. I woke up and I was like, I'm very lethargic. And then we ate dinner, Wolf and I, and now I'm here. So yeah. I did try to do some organizing in my studio back here. I have, you guys can't see it. I have a Roxas plushie from Kingdom Hearts that I got from the anime convention last time we were over there, and it's just added to my Kingdom Hearts collection. Eventually, I think I'm gonna move this camera over to the right side of my desk space here, so you guys can see all the nerd stuff I have back here, because it's like, I like this mural. I like this being here in the background, but I don't know, change is necessary every now and then, so gotta keep it interesting. And I have a bookcase back here, so I'm just like, I would like to show that at some point, but when it's more organized, because there's still boxes everywhere. Alrighty, let's see. Getting back into the art space here. I want to put in a cat somewhere. I feel like Roscoe needs some friend in the ending screen that this is. I know that I should make a note here of where the text is at. It's gonna be somewhere like it's like right there, I think. I can't remember my own ending page right now. Just like I don't know. I see it when I see it. But it's somewhere over there. So I don't want to make it too busy around that area. Grasses over here. Just kind of overlap the pumpkins and the hay bales and the tree trunks. It would probably do me good to do some line work down here by the bush. Not trying to get too sidetracked, but it do be like that when I see something. I'm like, I think that would be a good little detail, little addition. It doesn't take too long. What I really need to get back into doing is warm-ups. I have a tendency to just jump into whatever I'm doing, even in workouts too. Like, I do a little bit of a stretch, but it's not as much as I need. So I was also thinking about adding in my Vivian character, the purple pink haired character. I wanna have more artwork of her in the portfolio, in the collection. Just adding some lines to define where this, bless you, Wolf, I heard that. Kind of add some more like sharpness to the, I'm doing this on the wrong layer. Thankfully I can copy and paste it. I'm starting this off very well by already doing this on the wrong layer. See, this is what I mean by it's easy to fix it. So all I gotta do is just copy paste and select what needs to be separated. Then we invert that. And now they're separated again. Okay, bushes 2. Where did that go? There's so many layers in this. That's why it's great. It's great to be organized. So there's bushes 1 and 2. Which sometimes I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, and just adding lines here around the bushes, it does bring it closer to the forefront of the piece. But I will have to change the color a little bit. And lighten it up so it's not too eye-catching. The darker that the color is, I think it draws the eye closer to it. Just separating out these two hues. That's what I enjoy about the hue randomizer that I have on this brush that I'm using. Is that when I'm using it to block in some colors for these bushes, it'll randomize that hue so that when I have the opportunity to put in these lines to separate it, it's already in there. There's little separations already there. I don't want to do too much because when you're looking at it, when there's a lot of lines going on there, it's looking a little busy. So I'll put a little bit of a blur effect on this. I have a shuffle on this playlist for the stream, and that was like I love a good transition, and that was not. It was not. I was like, that we could have done a little better there. Okay, applying some blur. I think actually I'm gonna back up on that. It's a different color. To make sure that the density of my brush was at 100%. It's looking a little thin. Thank you. It's coming along. My goal with this is that every Halloween season or autumn season, whatever you'd like to call the October times, whenever that comes around, I would like to be able to use this piece as a seasonal, ending screen, as well as the opening scene as well. And then same thing with like when winter comes, in spring and summer, like it changes throughout the year. I think that would be cool. It would be neato to do. Okay, so now actually, yeah, okay, that was lined. Okay, so now I'm gonna figure where I should place Roscoe's friend, Roscoe the black cat. Where we're gonna put that. Picking out a good shade. Cause he's more like a brownish black. So I suppose I could do the opposite, more like a bluish black. Oh my goodness, well please be safe. Like that's I've never been in a tornado like situation or in the like even nearby a tornado before. But just be safe. Hold on. I think I've been in I can't even recall like what it was called. It was like a little like mini hurricane. So it was in an amusement park though. I was on a roller coaster and all of a sudden the rain came down and winds picked up and there was like lightning and it was a little frightening, but like it was a fun experience, but like for having like your homes and your property damaged, that's not fun, or your lives too. Like that's not good. Oh my gosh, from 0 to 70 G's. That is strong. And they're on a horse with a sword. Oh right, yeah. But like somewhere on the path. I have a couple of desktop like splash pages that I made earlier into our relationship that I haven't ever finished because, like I've said with other pieces before, if you don't organize it properly, it becomes an overwhelming spaghetti of layers, and that thing is up to, I want to say damn near like over 50 layers. It's got a whole like city skyline. It's all, yeah. Yeah. So it became a mess of layers very quickly. I think it's because I was trying to do too much. Let's see. I'm also looking at where my eye is going when it's first. Not first looking at this because I've been looking at this for a while. There's definitely more light coming from this side of it. Maybe right here. Having a little bit of that decision paralysis. Like, figure out where you're gonna put this thing. I have some black creatures here. It's these spiders, the raven, bats. I think I'm gonna put this cat here. placing in the silhouette of this. So I know I'll go way too deep into the details if I don't stop myself. Afraid of my ending stream screen heavily. Oh, that would be cool, yeah. I know that he's been wanting me to do more thumbnails. I am waiting for screenshots. I'm waiting for screenshots from like different events that I can do a paint over, like I did with the thumbnail that is usually seen. The more painted looking one. I did do one of him surrounded by like a bunch of wolves in an ice cave, dressed up as a Viking. I think that shows up in the little TV over there. I have to put like sticky notes for wherever I'm pointing. Like, this is where the TV's at. This is where the layers are at, or stuff like that. Getting back into the streaming groove of it. Okay, so there is some grasses here above. That layer. Actually, what I can do is just erase it. Foot will be right there. See, he's got green eyes. I'm gonna make this one have yellow eyes. Like a yellow amber kind of a color. I'm gonna clip that layer to the black underneath it. Trying to reshape these a little bit so they look more feline. Okay, I also have some corn stalks planned. I want to place those I don't know yet. Either like by this tree trunk over here, or maybe by the house or even like over here maybe. Just like leaning up against this trunk here. I don't know. I'm gonna try a couple of different locations to see what looks good. Get the randomizer on. Oh, no. I know what I'm going to place right here. There's going to be a broomstick with a hat, a witch's hat on top of it. It's going to be right over here. So, that... No, there is a wall here. There's a brick wall. And I can't remember where he's placed, but he's sitting somewhere over here. Kind of flipping his tail. I'm making myself little notes here of where things are placed in the ending screen. I'm also thinking about maybe another like smaller hay bale. Might do something like that. Right now just kind of plotting out where things should go. Oh, hello Amy. Welcome on in. Thank you for the new sub. If you enjoy artwork and relaxing atmospheres, that's all that I do. Right now I am just trying to find my words and figuring out where I'm placing some corn stalks, welcoming in the spooky season. I'm also thinking about a smaller hay bale. I've been adding in these little harvesty themed items, as well as some urban legends in the background. Thinking. I think against the house is probably going to be the best bet. I think it offsets the red color. probably put another hay bale back here, but I'm not sure how much of it is going to be seen with the brick wall that's right here. I will make another layer for it. Get a darker color. This hay bale needs to be rotated a little bit. At first it looks like a really jagged piece of butter. Right now I'm just placing in the silhouettes and filling them in. Have my randomizer on. So I get some different hues, different levels of saturation. I'm also going to rotate my canvas so that I give my arm a break. So I need to turn that down just a little bit. It's getting a little too randomized there. Also, because this is behind this tree, trunks 4. There we go. So all I did was just move that layer farther down, so I don't have to do very much cleanup with it. Okay, now thinking with shadows, I'm going to turn that randomizer off. I put in this darker color, so it is facing away from the light source, the weird light source that I have. And then these corn stalks too really are going to have to be cut down to size. A little bit of a different side there. Okay, and then I'm gonna make this. It's not entirely different enough. Making the edges a little more jagged right here, not so blocky. I'm gonna take this red color. Here's where I think that having this hay bale here, my goodness, it's probably a good idea because there's already red on the side of the house. So if it's visible from the brick wall, which I don't know if it will be or not, but just as a standalone piece, I think it would look good. Just be a little bit thicker. I think this one needs to be adjusted a little bit. Okay. Trying to be a little more organized. I think with the corn stalks, I'm gonna have to do the same thing. Maybe L2. I tried to organize the themed decor, but when it's also interacting with the background, with the trees there, makes it a little trickier. Okay, my randomizer's on. Okay, yeah, I think, yeah, putting them on the side of the house is really, it's moving the eye across to the left from the right. I think that was a good idea to do. I'm trying to get better with placing my objects and landscapes. needs a little bit longer, I think. Trying to make smaller brush strokes. A, to save on time, and B, to save my arm. I think I could have maybe another one in there. Trying to make a nice little cornstalk wall. Okay. Let's do another one over here. That'll be a smaller one. This one is kind of like an offshoot. It doesn't really have, it doesn't have this little top part here. I do know these need to get somewhat bunched together. I'm somewhat satisfied with that right there. At least the placement of it. Okay, what else is next? Got some jack-o'-lanterns, a broomstick that I talked about. Let's do that. It is. It's very cute. My favorite Sanrio character is Kuromi. I have Kuromi everything in this house. I have an air freshener back over there. A little Kuromi air freshener thing. Makeup organizer, waffle maker, mittens, the kitchen mittens to go with it. Yeah. I try not to go like too off the deep end with all of the Kuromi stuff, but it's so cute. It's so cute. So I totally get it. I have a couple of the Batsmaru character stuff for Wolf. So I think it fits him. Like, you are the angry penguin sometimes. Let's see. Let's be a little bit longer. All right, you have a good rest of your night, son, honey. Thank you for stopping in. Dropping them commands for the links. Hope to see you again in the future. I'm gonna grab that color. Actually, I'm just gonna move the whole thing. Fluffing this broomstick up a little bit. Here, the grass blades are also gonna be getting in the way. Maybe this one. See me turn down the hue randomizer. It's going a little too wild. I feel like this could be just made a little narrower. That's why I did it on a different layer. I was like, I feel like I'm gonna end up having to reshape this. Adding some little defining features to it. Don't need that to be randomized though. Do a witch on acid. Oh my goodness. She's in the bushes all like tweaked out. I actually could do like her feet in the bushes. Cause then she could be passed on anything. A little too dark. Okay, so that needs a shadow underneath it. Definitely. Looks so strange without it. these need lines as well, but I will get to it when I get to it. Okay. It'll work as a shadow for now. Let's see. Oh, the hat, and then I'm gonna put in where I want the feet to go. I do think, why does my brain want to put it in the background over here? Like she's passed out in this bush over here. Why? My brain wants to do something like that. Indeed. I don't know what she might have been doing. Acid? She might have been doing shrooms? I don't know. She might have been like shooting something up. Green frog blotter played Monopoly for hours and never. What in the world? I've done it 3 times, I think. Each time it's never been enjoyable. I've always been in pain. Like my abdomen just starts to feel like there's a metal pipe being shoved into the middle of my body. I don't know what it is, but yeah. One of the more memorable times that I had with that experience was during a solar eclipse, and I was in a hammock, and it was off of a highway, leaving the city that was going to be the first city that you could actually see it from, in Oregon. And there were thousands of people that came to that city just to see the solar eclipse. And the house that I was at, that, you know, while I was watching it and doing that, was off of the highway that was then later on used as an exit for the city. So a few moments afterwards, after the solar eclipse had happened, for like 2 or so hours, it was stop and go traffic on a 1-lane highway, and I was in a hammock and I just started laughing. I was like, I got to see this for free, and you guys came all the way out here to see this. And it was an interesting time. My my ex's friend was also, we were all doing that, and during the quietest moment of the solar eclipse, when it's happening and all of the birds and the crickets are like, you know, really quiet, and you know, they start up their little cricket band, it's really eerily quiet. Well, in the background, me and my ex and his friend and our little group that we had, it's all quiet, and then we hear his buddy just toss his cookies just in the middle of the quiet. And so yeah, quite an enjoyable memory to play back in my head. I'm just like, that is so funny. Yes, I am from Oregon. Wolf is from California, the Bay Area. I was actually born in California, but when I was 7, my family and I moved up to Oregon, and so it was more of the northwestern part of Oregon. So in order for us to meet in the middle somewhat, while also not being in California, we now live in Southern Oregon. So it worked out in our favor, because the 4-5 hour drive, it's not bad at all. It's actually really beautiful. Either going to my parents' place or to his parents' place. This side of the country is just, it's gorgeous. Let's see, I feel like her legs would be coming out here. I'm gonna put some witch's legs here. She is passed out in this bush. Oh, sweet. Cool. Yeah, it turns out we've got a lot of people nearby. The world is not so big the closer the connections are. Okay, let's see. I need a reference point here for those shoes. Okay. Whoops. Just smacking into everything here. I'm not the best at drawing shoes from this angle, but I will try my best. Oh damn, yeah, Washington for life. I mean, when you get used to the climate and, you know, just that pace of life, you know. I had thought about at some point moving to New Hampshire, because I just read that it was very much in line with me and Wolf's political views, but it's also very far away from friends and family, and you know, like, again, like I've never lived or stayed in a different part of the country that long to really be comfortable being that far away. So it's all about, you know, what your priorities are and what's going to be more comfortable to you. So if Washington is, you know, your home, and that's, you know, where you're going to be staying, that's, you know, that's where your comfort zone's at, and also that's where your priority is at. And that's how I was very much like, I never, you know, lived, you know, or stayed in a prolonged time on the East Coast. And people, you know, they suggest, you know, different Eastern states. I'm like, I've never, you know, been that far away from people that I am familiar with before. The desert next to the Cascades. Oh yeah, the Cascades are beautiful. I love this mountain region that we've got over here. I think I've only ever been to, oh no, that's not true. I've been to Washington for the anime convention KomoriCon that's in Vancouver sometimes. I've been there 2013, 2014. It's just across the bridge, so it's like not even really like deep into Washington. And then before that, my family and I would drive to Washington to get the fireworks because my dad is a sucker for mortars, and in Oregon it's a little more difficult to get the bigger fireworks at the actual shops. So I remember us driving to Washington to get those big boys of fireworks. And then the other memory I have of being in Washington was this day trip that it was supposed to be a day trip, and then it ended up being a day and a half trip that we were supposed to just go to Portland. It was me, my ex, his two other friends, and his younger brother. We were supposed to just go to Portland, and somebody in the car, as we were getting to Portland, said they saw a sign for Seattle and said, "Oh wow, why don't we just go all the way to Seattle while we're already over here?" And we had already driven like an hour and a half to get up to Portland. And we were driving in a 1986 Honda Civic that was already kind of beat to shit. So yeah, it ended up having an electrical fire at some point in the travel back from Seattle, and that was interesting because the car had filled up with smoke, and we were on the leftmost side of the road on the freeway. There were like 3 lanes of traffic that we slid to the shoulder for. Thank goodness there was no other cars there. But I think that this was in the middle of February. It was very, very cold, to the point where not only were my legs shivering, my arms were shivering. Every single inch of my body was freezing, and it became something that I used as a presentation for school the next week. So I know, right? Stand a fire. Been in almost all states, many countries. Yeah. See, I mean, like, you know that you're well seasoned enough to know that Washington is where you want to be. At least you know. That's right. Yeah, you guys have some really, really nice fireworks. Let's see. I know that these two shoes are completely uneven. I had the 3-door hatchback 85. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we had some good adventures in that car. Its name was Silas, which I think means like lover of the forest, so which was fitting. So for one Honda from oh dang, wow, that's a steal then. My my ex who owned it, he ended up getting a duplicate of the car just for parts, because it was on its way out, but it had been through the ringer. Okay, I have done these on a single layer, so I would like to put some stripes on these stockings here. I'm just gonna make them a lighter shade. Lock the opacity there. Save myself some grief. I have not seen Bigfoot. Surprisingly. Although this last camping excursion that me and Wolf did with his brother and his brother's wife, there was something like moving in the dead of the night in the forest, in the Bay Area of California. That I don't know if it was a hobo. I don't know if it was Bigfoot. I don't know. I heard something. It might have been a bear. I don't know. Wolf fired off a couple of rounds, and it was quiet after that. But there was some rustling, and there are a couple of towns, at least that I have driven through, going back up to my parents' place, where there are Bigfoot paintings just all throughout the town. So I'm gonna take that as a sign that there's been some sightings, maybe, or at least some vibes had that's where he's located. It's very, very yes. I know that one of Wolf's buddies is very much into Bigfoot, so I'm waiting on, like, maybe one day he'll visit and go Bigfoot hunting something with Wolf. That would be interesting to see. It's the only way you survived. Oh my gosh. I've had close encounters with Mr. Stinky. I can't imagine that, like, wouldn't that be weird, right? Like you come across Bigfoot and he smells like lavender or like petunias or something. Like, you smell way too clean to be Bigfoot. Oh no, it's the Squatch soap. That's the. I heard that it's actually not. It doesn't actually smell that great. But I guess it reflects Bigfoot. Okay, I'm gonna have to repaint the top of this shoe. This is why, like, doing this in like one layer is not smart. But I'm not doing this the smart way. I'm doing this the relaxing way. I'm painting how I want to. Which sometimes does not make sense. Counter, how many of these always load and ready? Keep a short distance over. Yep. I tell him, like, I have the upper hand here. I have fire. I have the firearm on my hand. Okay, so I've got Witch's feet here. They're looking kind of small. Looking a little small in comparison to the other decorations. Size this up a little bit more. Under leaves. Bushes 1. There we go. Kind of. If I were to erase some of the bush, it would work better. Or I could just erase some of the legs here. Me and my wife kid through the canyon by here for many miles. Oh, jeez. Like, that would send, like, so much adrenaline and shivers. Like, that's a memory. You know, I know people, like, they'll go and ask, like, oh, why did you take any pictures? Why didn't you take any videos? Man, when your life is on the line, you ain't doing any of that. Like, it's, you're getting the hell out of there, you know, or defending yourself or something, you know, it's, I don't know. That's not a thought that goes through my head. All of a sudden, you know, pull out the phone, start recording or taking pictures. Like, it's, yeah. It's just not the priority for me. It is survival. Ran in front of me. Jeez, man. Like I said yesterday, you know, the phrase in Ohio is smear the deer. So those things, I swear, man, like, you would think after, you know, so many years of cars and the roads, you know, being where they are, there'd be some pattern recognition or some, like, you know, learned, you know, trait or something that, like, the deer know not to go over there unless they don't want to live anymore. I guess. They're just dumb. So, let's see, that needs to have an effect on it. In my hometown, the deer know how to use the sidewalks, so I'm just like, not impressed by all y'all the other deer that are just jumping out in traffic. I think y'all know not to do that. Let's see, I think we're gonna add, not that. Okay, we'll do something like that. And then I'm actually going to place a little bit of a lighter color on her shoe. gosh. Oh, you found him. Thank you. Wolf found more things that I got from the convention, which just so happens to be rocks. This is supposed to go in my car. I'm gonna put that there. And then there was a Hatsune Miku air tag. So it looks like that. And then this is another Kingdom Hearts one. That also has Roxas on it. Okay. My little weeb break. I'm gonna go for that comment about these orbs or worse. Oh, jeez, man. Like haunting you. Eat my yards. Yeah, that's cool, man. Like, I've seen the live streams where there's a whole. These people have like a huge property with deer feeders all over. They get aggressive though sometimes. Like there'll be like an alpha deer that comes in. Like it's not even, you know, the one with like the biggest horns or whatever. But it's just there's a hierarchy, you know. So they'll push them out of the way. Like be like, this is my trough. But yeah, it's interesting to see that. Okay, let's see. In the fog, oh my gosh. Not that it's all, that it's at all in comparison to a fireball, but when I was younger, there was a very large flat circle of bees that came over to my backyard at my parents' place while I was in the little kiddie pool that we had, and it was just deep enough for me to submerge myself underneath the water, enough to still be breathing, but like this circle of bees like was hovering over the pool, and then quickly flew away. So I don't know what was going on there, if it's like a behavioral pattern thing with bees or yeah, something kind of spooky or, you know, phenomena-esque. But it is a memory that sticks with me. I'm just like, I don't know what was going on with the circle bees there. Oh, good. It's always important to have a battle buddy. Showing that filter back on. Let's see, her hat needs to be on top of this broomstick here. I'm gonna grab these same colors I had. And the size of it needs to be much bigger. It's CCTV to record us working. Guys messing with me. Oh my goodness. See, those kind of videos are terrifying because it's not anything produced. It's not anything over the top. It's not a jump scare, you know, whatever that you can predict. It's real. It is real. I remember we were watching the Unsolved series from BuzzFeed. It's old by now, but it's like there's some pretty funny moments, but it's not the same. It's not the same as like having CCTV, and it's there's no explaining it other than, you know, paranormal activity. So, yeah, I imagine that your case is not the only one where, you know, if you only had a copy of it, you know, and the ability to upload it, then, you know, it would have taken off. Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be, like, it's absolutely freaky? See, I think this part of the hat needs to be a different color. The color of these shoes back up there. Big heavy roll of packing tape off my stack of paper rolls and tossed it straight up spinning. Holy crap. My jaw would just be dropping. That's be like, nope, goodbye. I'm not staying here. Nope. Y'all can deal with this later. I'm out. I'm not doing that. The chills. You don't mess with that stuff, man. See, and you feel it. You feel it in that kind of a space. Being alone, and that happens. Because you don't have the comfort of another person, like, you know, like witnessing that at the same time as you, or being able to tell somebody immediately, like a real person. So it's, yeah, yep. You just solo in it. That is like a whole nother echelon of spooky. This hat just a little bit longer. I cut it down too short. Oh my gosh, yeah. No, they're always trying to like mess around with people, and you know, sometimes it is malicious, and you see, you know, like scratches and like bruising and things like that. At least that's what I've seen from the movies that are based on actual events. But yeah, no, that's yeah. I guess it depends on the type of entity that you're dealing with there. You know, whether it's just trying to mess around, or whether it's got like malicious intent. For the time that I've been living in this house here with Wolf, I thought in the beginning parts of it that there was like a ghost or something here, but I think it's just something in the vents. I think we gotta look in the attic. But what's moving ever so slightly up there in the middle of the night? Throwing some quick lines on this just to bring it to the foreground. Okay, to save myself on some time here, combining these. I'm just going to use a light multiply layer to get some shadows going there. Closing my department one night at Lowe's, spirit hovered over the aisle in front of me. Oh, jeez. I wonder why it like attached itself to a Lowe's. You know, unless like it was like another employee that passed away there or something, or I don't know, maybe the person that passed away was just very passionate about Lowe's. That's like crazy. What was it doing? Was it just like moving stuff around or like poking at you, or is it like it hovered across the aisle, but like was it just right in front of, like is there and then it wasn't anymore? I have another memory that just came back to me. When I was younger, I want to say I was like 8 or 9. I lived in Oregon for like 2 years, and my room growing up in that house was the smallest room in the house. And I didn't know that until, you know, very much later on. But all of the walls, I think at that time, the walls had been painted like a purplish pinkish color. My room was like fairy themed. And let's see, I need to remind myself where the shadows are coming from. And there was one night that I was laying in my bed and the lights were on, and the core part of this memory that I can remember is that there was a large black mass that appeared. I had closed my eyes and I opened them again, and there was this large black mass, like a shadow that was just moving, not attached to the walls or the ceiling or anything. It was like floating at the very top part of my room, and it was getting closer to me. And what I did was I was like frozen in shock for a little bit. Then I covered my head with the bed sheets, and was like just begging for it to go away. And when I pulled the bed sheets back again, it wasn't there anymore. But it was still like, I don't know what it was. I don't have any explanation, except for it was like a large black cloud of, I don't know, there was like little strings of black coming out of it too, like spaghetti, big like black spaghetti cloud. And some shadows in here. I think I'm gonna have to do this to the pumpkins over there too. Those in Union Cabs haunted, just floated 2 feet above the floor, 10 feet. Whew, my goodness. Twirling gray smoke apparition. Yeah. That sounds terrifying. Any mice? I mean, we probably have like one in the attic. That's probably what I'm hearing every now and then at night. Is like a very slight skittering in the ceiling. I'm just like, there's something there. Black smoky twirling clouds. Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah, I remember it. But that house was built in 2002, so there had only been one other owner of it, and she was still alive. There hadn't been any other deaths, or any deaths in that house at all. So yeah, there have been like a couple of times that I've been like starting to have like a panic attack, and you know, it has worked for that. I can imagine that that his name probably works against, you know, demonic entities. I don't know, like that's, again, like a lot of the like malicious stuff that I've seen all comes from movies, you know, like Poltergeist and, you know, different movies like that, the ghost movies, and it's always, there's a repeating theme, you know, having it exorcised. If it's demonic in nature, like I'm just like, well, it comes from somewhere. Okay, this needs to be a different color. Going a little bit lighter, so it still has that like painted texture to it, but it's also still smoothened out. Oh, see, yeah. That is also a recurring theme, is the Indian burial grounds. Yeah, I feel like these pumpkins need some more shadow to them. I think I'll do that with the airbrush. Maybe no. I'll continue using my old brush. I get a bit indecisive. Right now I'm just doing this one in the back. Throw in another shadow up top here. Okay, now go over to this pumpkin. Take away some of that shadow. Try to spread this out more evenly. Okay, yeah, that is just on those two. It's already looking a lot better for the shadows. Not even talk about highlights. Switching back and forth between my eraser for this brush into the color itself. When I say the eraser for the brush, I just mean like the transparent color. Makes things very nice in tone, with the texture still applied to just a transparent version. Okay, we've got some more shadow there on our pumpkins. Just smoothing this out a little bit more. Felt like it needed it there. Especially like right here between the two. A little bit of a softer look right here, probably. Not trying to overdo it with the pumpkins, but sometimes it do be like that. Okay. Let's add some more detail to this raven up here. I've been neglecting this side. Seems to be a little bit smaller here. And these little toesies in here. These little bird toesies. I'm really not trying to put too much detail into it. There's already so much going on in this piece. I might actually need to make those lines a little bit lighter in color. Add that to a folder. I'm painting in some shadows there. It's a little bit too dark unless I spread it out. Fell before your eyes from a passing dove. Oh yeah, yeah. Because if you believe in that kind of stuff, it's like you get a weird vibe, you get a weird feeling afterwards, you know. So it all depends if you're, you know, superstitious or not. Oof. Need to have a little bit of paint so I can spread it evenly across the canvas there. I might put some little highlight flecks here on the feathers. It is. Listen, there's almost crowded from here to here. See what? Dead. Oh, goodness. Yeah, no kidding. That is creepy. Like it's not a, I don't know. Some people would say like it's a coincidence, but again, if you believe in like in the superstitious, then it's very much not. Oh, they're okay, gotcha. Yeah, see, and that's like makes it even stranger. So you know it's not from here. Grabbing a shadow color. Just a very light shadow underneath. Okay, what is next? These bats over here. Right, so that's it's even more memorable, right, that it happened. Okay, so fixing up these silhouettes for the bats. These little wings coming up out of them. Turning north if World War III starts, so don't count crossing the Columbia River by bridges. But there's some around. Yeah, right. Because there's gonna be a lot of traffic. There's gonna be a lot of traffic going that way. I don't know. I don't know what direction we're going if that starts, or if we're going at all. I don't know. It's more of a wolf question, but I'm in that mindset to do what is necessary to survive. When that time comes, it's like the switch gets flipped on. whichever way we are going, I'll be prepped for it. Yeah, like the solar eclipse story, I'm expecting a lot of traffic in the more congested areas, across bridges and like tunnels and so like they're all gonna be jam-packed. Exactly. Yeah, it's more of his wheelhouse and expertise. But I also come from a family that does the same thing. So my dad and my mom are very much planners and preppers in that way. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, if not closed, then they'll be like, you might as well be with all the people. Let's see this one. It's gonna be make this one a little narrower. Okay, got more of a cleaned up silhouette there for the bats, which could actually have a little filter over it, being somewhat more in the distance. That got blurred out. Applied a little bit of a blur effect to that bat. That's a little bit farther away. What else have we got here? Some jack-o'-lanterns I could put. Watching now, but it's been up all day. I'll do. Yep, I know how that is. All right, you have a great rest of your almost Monday. I hope to see you again next weekend. I'm probably going to be calling it a stream around like 11:30ish, because even though I had I had a back massage from Wolf earlier that helped out a lot. I am also getting tired myself. But I do enjoy making the spooky artworks with all of y'all. So it's like going back and forth between, you know, the needs of the body versus the wants of the mind. So let's see, let's put a jack-o'-lantern over here, which means that this grass here is probably gonna be erased. So randomize this hue a little bit. Turn that down just a tiny bit though. Yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting with bated breath the next thing to pop up in our health. I'm like, oh no. Please don't let it be anything too dire. Just some weak knees maybe. Not that we have a real say-so in how our body goes when we're older. You know, if you get something, you get something. But exercising and staying active, making time for things that bring you peace. I imagine it's a good offset from like hard living, but that's what I've heard. Every 5 or 7 years. Yep. We do not have the same bodies whatsoever that we did when we were younger. I'm gonna turn off the randomizer just so I can get an even color. And I was gathering inspirations earlier. As I was looking at this, I was like, I don't have any jack-o'-lanterns. Like, this is a little weird. Okay. Currently, fun. Good night. Yeah, hope you have a wonderful rest of your night as well. Get some rest. And when I get to that range of the cycles, I'm gonna need more rest as well. More than the nap I had earlier that just left me more tired. But make sure you get some good rest, and I'll see you next time. Get the stem in there. And then I'm going to put the cut markings. to make this color a lot lighter. Since I likely will not do any pumpkin carving this year, since I'll be on a cruise ship with Wolf for this Halloween. I figure this is like my digital version of carving pumpkins. It's not the same, but it's got the same look to it at least. Kind of want to turn it a bit. Having it completely facing the front is a little weird for me. I don't know why. So I'm going to take this color, make it just a little bit darker, not too much. I'll recolor this. Trying to keep a consistent design there. Throw in these lines. It's a better idea that this is not just an orange blob, that it indeed has a shape, a purposeful shape. Throwing in some curvature. Whoops, that is the wrong color. It's like, why is that so dark? Okay, let's fill in these eyes. So it's gonna be fairly dark inside. I'm going to use a different brush for this. Because it's a lot easier to paint with. Okay, so I'll lock that layer, get a whole lot darker in there. Change back to the oil brush. I do an airbrush as well. And then inside of it, let's see how that looks. Okay. I was gonna do a little light inside of it, but I don't wanna busy it up too much. It's always one of my fears is busying it up a little too much. Throwing in some shadow in here, just around the sides. some textures along with the shadows. Just doesn't look so flat. Trying to make this lid stand out a little bit more. Go. A bit darker inside the eyes. Maybe not like that. It looks a little off-putting, I think. A little weird looking. Okay, now we need some shadows underneath it. Okay, going back to the little grass blades that I've got over here. Because I erased some of them from before. So just putting some of them back. Okay, let's see. What else? You know, the cat. I'm also trying to save a little bit for later. Don't want to do too many of the corn stalks either, but let's see if I can do this hay bale. I think it's just the one sneeze. Throw in some quick lines. This little hay bale back here, which I don't even know if it's going to be visible from the brick wall. But just in case, like if it's just by itself and it's not part of the stream overlay, then it just works by itself too. But just in case, try to plan strategically like that. Oops, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna throw a shadow layer on here. And then I'm probably gonna call it a stream after this, because my back is starting to hurt. Hope that you all have enjoyed the artwork. As much as I have enjoyed making it. This is part of my art therapy that calms me down. So I do enjoy it and look forward to showcasing it with all of you guys, encouraging creativity and relaxation. And I hope that you guys have been relaxed and entertained while watching this. Okay. This is looking pretty filled out for the harvest season, the spooky season. Let me save this. I will add it to the ending page. Save. Up to. Alrighty guys, this is going to be the end of my show for tonight. I'll be back next weekend. Let's see, what number day is that? The 18th. I'll be back on the 18th. Around the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock-ish time, when I try to do my best to get to that point. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed the show. I see that Streamlabs already gave out the links for the link tree and the art accounts. If you want to feel inclined to check those out, be sure to do that. If you want to see more of the artwork, my artwork is up on the DeviantArt gallery up there, as well as the link tree. I'm on the Twitter account. That's where I post the work in progress pictures. Thanks for joining me, announcements of when I'll be going live, things like that. But yeah, I'll be heading on out here soon. I'm gonna upload this to the ending page that we're gonna see here in a second, and as well as on the interwebs. But until next weekend, I will see you guys later. Goodbye everybody. Bye bye. There we go. Alrighty, everybody, have a wonderful rest of your night.